Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi. If you want to see how I make this, but actually make it better, stick around. And this stuff is all Cobnut's fault. I shall put her channel down in the descriptions because she's very clever with this stuff. She uses it for all sorts. Now, I had a huge debacle with foam clay before, and I will never get over it. Most of you that watched will never get over it. It was hideous. And I now believe it wasn't just my skill. It was definitely the horrible, horrible, hideous foam clay. Because this stuff is awesome. That mushroom I did in 30 minutes. And that wasn't with even trying. It was just, let's have a go at this stuff. Let's see if it really is as good as it is. And, oh my God, it's beautiful. It feels beautiful. It just moulds beautiful. It's very, very soft. So you do have to be really careful not to keep squishing on it, because then it'll lose its shape. But, oh, I just wanted to dive in the bucket. But it's only a little bucket, and I'm not little. In stature, yes, but not little. So, I am moulding the mushroom cap, and I'm using me, whatever that tool's called. Ball stylus? Yes, that's the word I'm looking for, ball stylus. Just to give it a bit of shape. And I don't want these mushrooms to be perfect, because no mushroom is perfect. They all grow differently. They all look different. I just love mushrooms. I can't help it. And I'm going to do a taller mushroom, because I think the one I did first was too short, sorry. It looks very stumpy. And again, it was my first attempt using this clay. And although it was my first attempt, I was still impressed with it. Compared to the catty, ice creamy corn thing that I made. I will link that video if you want to see that disaster. I would avoid it. It's awful. But this I love. And I can see me using this a lot. So yes, it's all Cobnut's fault, because I think this is stunning stuff. And I'm just using a plastic knife just to give some little hints of detail. Not too much. And it doesn't matter if I've got little crease marks all over the mushroom cap. In fact, it adds to it. I love it. So that's done. You saw how quick that was. Yes, this is in double speed, just because I don't want to be doing a whole hour video, which it was, doing the whole thing. But it is marvellous. Now, I use a tiny ball stylus to shove into the stem. Now, this is just so I've got something to hold on to, and it also gives the mushroom stem some stability while I play with it. I am very, very aware that most of the time it looks rude. That was not my intention. If you think that was my intention, you need to get your minds out of the gutters, because I was just away with the fairies playing, and oh, I'm going to say it again, it is beautiful stuff. And for how much you get and how much you use per, say, mushroom, if I was going to do a whole bucket of mushrooms, it's going to take me a while to use it. It doesn't look like a big pot, but it is. You don't need a lot at all. In fact, I've probably used way too much. In fact, I probably could have used foil as an innards. Now, I saw this trick on Pinterest, how to make the little fronds that come out of the sides. And it's just using tweezers and giving it a squish, some side tweezers. And it comes out lovely. You get all these sticky out fronds and it's just ace. Honestly, I was very pleased with this trick. I don't know who did it because I've seen a few people use the same trick and I'm like, I like that. I must try this. Because the first time I did it, I used a pair of scissors and just snipped in. Well, it didn't work as well. Now, I've got a little pot of resin gems in there and I use it to hold the sticks in that I've put into clay just to hold it upright. I'm using a glue bottle just to roll out the clay because I don't remember where I've put my roller. I've tidied my desk again. So, yeah, I know nothing now. Oh dear. I really should learn to stop tidying. I know where everything is when it's a mess. So this I've rolled out just to get it thinner. And I'm going to do it very, very thin so then I can make little ruffles that go around the top of the stem that attaches to the actual mushroom cap. Now, I need some practice with this bit. They don't look as good as I want them to, but they do still look good. And there's so many uses for this clay. I mean, these mushrooms I can make into magnets or key rings, or as I've done today, I make a little scenery. Not much of one. I probably could add more to it, actually. In fact, I might just do that. Oh, and Leanne, I really am sorry. I know I said I was going to start the house today, but this clay came and, well, I could not help but put my hands in it and squish it and play with it and, well, I had to. I'm sorry, but I promise I will start next week. In fact, I will do next week as my actual attic. Might not it won't get finished because there's a lot to do, but I'll do attic next week, I promise. So, yeah, back to the mushroom. Oh, and thank you to my members, my subscribers, my likers, my commenters, and those of you that watched to the end. You are all awesome sauce because that's what supports us the most. I do have a buy a coffee, I do have a wish list, and also affiliates if you want to support that way, at no extra cost to you, but the freebie bits are really important. So if you can't do the others, I'm good with that. It's fine. Don't be stressing. Little support goes a long way. So now I'm trying to elongate my mushroom as well as trying to just stick bits together. And every now and again you'll see I pull it and stretch it. And again, I know I'm fully aware it looks rude. And I don't mean to be. But it keeps shrinking back down. In the end, when I'm done, I have to hold it upside down to try and keep its length because it's quite elasticated. And if you want to keep something tall, you have to either have the stick up higher. Oh, Gordon Bennett. I really do need to stop being a child. My mind is in the gutter now. Or you do fill it with foil and do it that way. And because the mushroom cap is quite heavy compared to the bit I'm pointing on, it does squish it even more. So which is why I held it upside down, because I do try and leave it in the pot, but I notice it starts to lean, it starts to shrink down because of the weight of the mushroom cap. Ideally, if you have the time, you wait for the mushroom cap to dry, you wait for the stem to dry, and then glue it together. Well, this is Wednesday, very late Wednesday, and this has got to be up tomorrow. And I'm impatient. So I don't wait for it to dry. I also don't wait for it to fully dry when I paint it either. But it doesn't stop it looking fabulous. And I'm going to say fabulous. There is one thing though. I have painted them and I don't know whether to shine the mushroom caps up with a little bit of acrylic varnish. Varnish, yes, that's what I said. So let me know, do you like it matte, or should I varnish the tops? I don't want to varnish the sides, the stems, because I think they need to be matte and mushroomy like. Oh dear, does that even a word? But the tops, I don't know, should I shine them? I'm in two minds. But yeah, I'm going to hold that for a bit, wait for it to dry. These I got from the Salvation Army. £1.50 for a great box full of some mostly unopened ink pads. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know how old these are, and when I open them, most of the ink pads are mush, but you can still use them. And this is what I use to paint my mushrooms with. And because the colours are subtle, I think they look really nice. Although I can see in my future mushrooms with eyes and possibly teeth. I'd really like to do a mushroom with just one eye. That would be nice. A proper eyeball shape. They look a little bit odd in my head, but I think I could do it. And there's also another thing. Which one do you prefer when I've done them? Do you prefer the small one or the big one? I think I've got a favourite, but I don't know if it's because of the colour that's my favourite or the shape. Or both. I don't know. We'll have to see. But this is the one I snipped at the bottom and it doesn't work right. And as you can tell, I keep having to adjust the mushroom because it's flopping over. A little twist just to make sure it sticks together and then pop it back in wherever it is. And it's fine, I just have to keep my eye on it. I'm doing the gills, and thank you for whoever told me that. I completely forgot who it was. But yes, I did know it was gills. My mouth and my brain do not connect. But for some reason, all I've done is call these gills in my head since you told me. So I'm going with the brightest colour first, which is yellow. Then I go in with the orange, and then I go in with the red. Now the red is not a very red. We all know what I mean. And red is quite a difficult colour. And I am trying to smooch them together so they look a bit more cohesive. And I do get a different red out, and I prefer this one. But I'm not sure if it looks a bit like a red fried egg. I don't know, but I do add a little bit of white on the top just to give it that bit of a light hitting it kind of effect. And using my finger actually makes it better. So I don't want too much texture because the texture's already there. Now, I think I paint this mushroom stem too dark. I think I should have left it white like I do the next one and just give the brown highlights. Whereas this, I've completely covered it in brown and I don't like it. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. But it doesn't look bad. It's just not my... It's not what I had in my head. And for some reason, once I started, I couldn't stop and I just carried on. So, I'm going to go all the way around this. And then add just that little bit of white, just to give that bit of a highlight. And that's that one. Well, it's done. Doesn't need a lot to it. Oh, I had a little bit of green, I think. Just a little bit around the sides, just to make it look a bit mossy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to super glue that to a wood round with some fake flowers and a little mushroom troll. I'm calling it a mushroom troll. It was something I made for the attic in my head and thought, well, no, it might be too big for the actual attic. 'cause I don't know what size I'm doing the attic yet in my head. It's just, I know what I want, I know what I can see it. It's just measurements I'm no good with. So I'm going to eyeball most of it. I'm now putting on some white dots, but I want some dots that stick out a bit more. And I'm also using different size dots. That's just a pin from some glue that I kept, and I thought that'd come in handy. And yes, it does. So I'm also going with a little bit of the brown, just tiny, tiny dots. Not too many of the brown because I don't want it to overpower. I want the white dots to show up the most. And I'm also thickening it up some paste to make them more sticky outy. Now, like I said, this is not quite dry. It's almost there, but it's not quite there. So this one I'm going to do a totally different colour. More of a fantasy colour. And the gills are much better on this one too, because as it was drying, I pulled them out a little bit more. And you can put more of a dense colour onto them without really ruining the rest of it. So although I leave most of that mushroom stem white, you can see like a sepia tone, and I like it. That's the one. That's what I was thinking for the other toadstool, mushroom toadstool, whatever you call it, and I wish I'd have stuck with that. Now this stick has come in very handy because I can just turn my thing any which way I want and I can get to it. So I'm going under with the gills, dark around the outside, just slightly dry brushing on the inner side, and then I'll add a little bit of yellow just to make it nice and colourful. But as you can see, I have blue. You don't often see blue mushrooms unless it's in Alice in Wonderland, which is what my husband said. He said, "That looks like it's come from Alice in Wonderland." And you know what? That's the best compliment he's ever given me about my stuff. So I'm running with it. I like Alice in Wonderland. And I also like this blue. And because I've got yellow stuck on the brush still, I didn't wash any of this brush any time. I just carried on going through. I wiped it on a dry wipe, but that's about all. And I'm going to put my blue down first, and then I'm going to use purple, and then a pink, and again a little touch of white as a gradient. And I proper like it. I wish I'd have gone round the edge of it with a darker blue though, just to give it that bit of extra oomph. But I really do like it. It's colourful, but not too in your face. Although I do wonder what some neons would look like. Oh dear. Just giving myself another idea. Neon mushrooms. Oh, glow in the dark mushrooms. I could make the paste glow in the dark. This paste. I had a drop of glue. Oh, 2 drops of glue for this one, so I needed a bit more. And it's a, what do I call it again? Texture paste. There we go. But I wanted it to be a little bit runnier than what it was, so it could actually get it stick. And using the PVA glue means that it dries quick and it will stay on. And it looks dead pretty. I love it. And ever the professional, I'm off screen. You can just about see that I'm adding white bits to it, but this is where your imagination comes into it. Because I'm afraid I'm rubbish. But every now and again you can see I pop it back up because I've just remembered, and then I get lost in it again and it disappears. But I proper enjoyed making this. In fact, that one looks more like a mountain on top of a mushroom. Like Mount Etna or something, like it's a volcano just about to go poof. Oh dear, I'm acting like a child again. I'm very tired. So I want different size texture dots and blobs, but I want them all to stick out. I want thin ones big ones, and I've noticed that there's quite a lot of air in that one, so although it's almost dry, I wanted to make sure it stayed upright. So I've got some cocktail sticks, and because it's soft and squishy stuff, I've just shoved them up, and that will make it stand up nicely and keep its structure. And then I glue it down. Hold it down for a few minutes, and Bob's your uncle. Yes, I got paint on my hands because I'm a fairy. And then I'm going to add some plastic flowers. These, probably £1 from the range or wherever I can find to pick them up. I do pick them up just for miniatures, because I find they are much cheaper and easier than buying your miniature bushes and stuff from an actual craft shop. And you probably end up getting more by the time you've cut them down. And yes, I just knocked that flying. I just got it to stick down, and yeah, I'm a clumsy clot. Now the rest of this paste, I'm not wasting it. I'm just going to make 2 rocks. And because the glue's in, it dries really nicely. And I'll just go over the top with a little bit of brown. None of this was planned. I just grabbed the clay and felt how nice it was and thought, let's do something. What can I do? Oh, a mushroom. Okay, we'll go with a mushroom. And then it snowballed to 2 mushrooms and then a little scenery. But I think it'd be nice with some ladders hanging from one side of the mushroom, a little fence, probably a little pond in the background. I don't know, I just think it's really sweet. So I might finish this off in another video. So, questions. Which mushroom do you prefer? Should I finish this off, make it even more miniature? Should I shine the tops and leave the bottoms? Have a look at the pictures, let me know what you think, and I shall see you all next time. Bye bye!